Hey, Mike Callahan here. Had a question submitted. Gentleman wants to know, how do you handle and know the difference of the hours spent in the shop or out producing in the field for income? So there's two different ways to tackle this. The first way I'm going to look at this here is billable versus non-billable time. If you're using a product like Service Autopilot or another CRM, there should be a report you can run for basically non-billable time. That's going to get you that number. What I think the simplest way of dialing in and the way we handle it in our company is we actually create a specific job for shop time. So that's the loading, unloading, the daily walk around of the truck. We also include our drive time on average for each job. So that's including the drive time from our shop through all 30 lawns we're mowing and drive time back to the shop. Once we get to the shop, we have an end of the day shop time. This includes unloading and filling out any of the damage report things there. So we're going to give them the budgeted time and make sure it's in our overhead recovery system to handle shop time in the morning, drive time associated with each job, and then the drive time back to the shop. And then we're going to track the non-billable time again in a separate job for accountability and details of what needs to happen in the end of the day shop time. So if you're using something like a piece rate pay system, this is very important because that's part of the job and the guys and girls need to get paid for that, but we want to account for a reasonable amount of budgeted time for that. I'm going to dive into even a little bit deeper on that. So if we have a maintenance issue as far as like blade sharpening or going out and changing the oil, any preventative maintenance, we also want to create a job, in my opinion, to track the time spent on that with a budgeted time to make sure it's falling within our budgeted range for overhead recovery, and to track some accountability to make sure it is actually taking place. And I don't want to let the cat out of the bag, but if you're looking here probably in the next 2 to 3 weeks, Simple Growth will be releasing asset and equipment management and maintenance in automation, so we can track our daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, and annually tasks that need to be done for equipment and asset management, including blade changes, belt changes, oil changes, inspections, whatever you think that is. But if you're not ready to automate it, go out and create a job for it and track the budgeted time to make sure you're staying within your budgeted time. And if you're not budgeting for these things, this would be a great time to build that out for the upcoming season. So any comments or questions, drop below. But that's how we handle productive, billable time, producing income, and non-billable time. So we're going to run a report in our Service Autopilot account for non-billable versus billable time. And I would suggest creating jobs so we have it assigned to the specific resource or crew, and what needs to be done with an accountability factor, and they can clock in and out of that in the mobile. So any comments, questions, drop below. Hopefully that was helpful.